All right, so our previous lesson was about using time intervals, and so is this one. On the first one, we were finding elapsed time. How long was it between the start time and the end time? Now we're going to talk about what happens when you only know the start time and how long something takes. So we need to find the end time. Or we know the end time and how long something took, so we need to find the start time. We are going to work on identifying the missing part of using elapsed time. So here's our essential question. How can you find a starting time or an ending time when you know the elapsed time? Remember, elapsed time is how long it took to do something or how long something lasts. So let's start by unlocking a problem. It says Jacob begins working on his oceans project at 1:30 p.m. He spends 30 minutes painting a model of Earth and 12 minutes labeling the continents and oceans. At what time does Jacob finish working on his project? Okay, so Jacob is working on a project and he kind of got into it. So now we need to figure out what time he finished working. So what time is given? Well, right here it says he's working on his project. He begins working at 1:30. So he started working at 1:30 p.m. That is his start time. What time do we need to find? Well, we need to find his end time. When did he finish? So we are unsure of his end time. So one way that we can figure this out is to use a number line to find our ending time. Just like we used a number line to find elapsed time, we can do the same thing for finding an ending time. All right, so let me show you what happens. First, find the time on the number line when Jacob started working on his project. Okay, well, he started working at 1:30. Step 2, count forward on the number line to add the elapsed times. Draw and label the jumps to show the minutes. Think, I can break apart 12 into shorter amounts of time. So what are they talking about, the elapsed times? Well, that would be the 30 minutes that he spent painting and the 12 minutes he spent labeling the continents and ocean. So we know how long he spent working. We just need to find the exact time he stopped working. So I have 30 minutes here, and I can count by 10. 30 minutes is 3 tens. So I'm going to draw 3 tens on my number line. And then we have 12 minutes. Well, if I look at the number 12, I have a 1 in my tens place. So that's 1 more 10. And then I have 2 ones. So those are the jumps that I need to make on my number line. All right, so let's add those up. I started at 1:30. I need to count 10 minutes. What's 1:30 plus 10 minutes? Well, that would be 1:40. What's 1:40 plus 10 minutes? That would be 1:50. What's 1:50 plus 10 minutes? Okay, I'm going to be changing hours. So it's going to be 2 o'clock on that jump. Why? Well, because there's only 60 minutes in an hour. And 50 plus 10 is 60, which means I need to add 1 more to the next place value on my time, which means this gets bigger by 1. So it becomes 2 o'clock. What's 2 o'clock plus 10 minutes? Well, that would be 2:10. 2:10. And then I have 1, 2 minutes. So 2:10 plus 2 minutes is 2:11, 2:12 p.m. So what time did he stop? Jacob finished at 2:12 p.m. The jump ends at 2:12. So Jacob finishes work on his project at 2:12 p.m. All right, remember, big things you need to remember. There are only 60 minutes in an hour. So when you're on your number line, if you jump from 50, 10 more minutes, you're going up another hour. Okay? And then you're counting by tens again. So from 00, I go to 10. I'm going to make that to where it's a little bit easier to see. All right. If you have questions, make sure you reach out to me. We have another way that we can figure this out. If we're given the beginning time, and we need to find the ending time, and we also know the elapsed time. So we know the beginning time and the elapsed time, and we want to find the ending time. We can use an analog clock to do that. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to find the starting time on the clock. Okay, Jacob began working at 1:30. So if I'm on my clock, my little hand is between my 1 and 2, my big hand is on my 6, that is 1:30. Now I need to count off the 30 minutes he worked painting and the 12 minutes he spent labeling. So I'm going to start by counting 30 minutes because that's easy to remember. So 30 minutes, I count by fives. You can draw your lines out if it helps you. I like to draw mine out. Here we go. So I'm going to count 30 minutes because that's how long he spent doing his model. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I'm at 30. And then he spent 12 minutes doing his labeling. So I need to jump 10 and then 11, 12. What? Uh-oh. What happened? Did I miscount? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, I counted by tens at the end. And then 10 minutes would be another 5, 10, and then 2 minutes to make 11, 12. So my end time is still 2:12 p.m., but I counted by fives on my analog clock to get everything I needed. So first I did my 30 minutes, and then I did my 12 minutes using the clock face. So the ending time is still 2:12 p.m. Okay? All right, you have one more section of this on the next lesson, on the next slide. One more section of your lesson. We're going to be looking at finding start time.